The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned. My bad.
Anyway, we're live.
Fun fact, we are now.
Or do you want us to talk
hi.
about
How's it going, everybody?
Oh, of course. Hey, everybody.
Did you forget Skyrimscape?
No.
Or did you forget to unmute yourself?
No, you're going to see in a few seconds.
Oh, I'm not on. Hang on.
I need to get in.
Oh. Let me in.
Hello, everybody. Good old classic streaming. We start and things. So
Player joins.
We're live. Hello, everybody.
Hi, all.
Hello.
So does anybody want to recap what the fuck happened last time while I finished
I
my
was
singular
sad.
chicken
Everybody
wing?
was grumpy.
I had a
Crypto jumped out
recap.
a window because
Yeah.
Barkley is the agent of chaos. Daiyo has a kink for other people biting each other, and let's see, the only normal of us was doing research in a bunker somewhere. So
Jesse. Oh, that me.
Hi.
What, did you want more?
I was so confused.
That was the best reaction to shit. I don't know what we're talking about.
No, I do too, but it took me far too long to actually parse what was said.
Yeah, me too.
Like my brain kind of ground to a halt because she said my name, and it kind of like pulled my attention away from what I was talking about, and then it took me like too long to realize that she was talking about the same thing I was talking about, and not just saying something to me that was not related to that. I was like, but that's what we're talking. Oh, so hi, yes, I was the mopey
Welcome
fucking.
to conversation, Jesse.
I'm sorry, y'all. My wife hurt her knee really bad, and I had to go help her right when we were about to start. So.
And I
I
apologize in
hope she's
advance.
okay.
Because I just gave Kat a tool of destruction. So I apologize if she uses it on us.
I did swear to you guys that nothing super dangerous is going to happen during this week, so I'm not going to use anything in here that would murder you.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds pretty sus.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you
serious.
for that totally
No.
unwarranted warning.
Only emotional murder.
Yes.
Maim ya? Maybe. Kill ya? Nah.
There's a few things
Okay.
that could probably kill you emotionally in there.
Most
but
of the
whatever.
maiming that happened last time was entirely voluntary, Mr. I jumped out of fucking window.
Yeah.
I
I didn't
there's that
volunteer
too.
to get
I
beat
don't know
up.
what you're
though.
talking about. I didn't do anything.
Talking to the person who destroyed a fucking taxi on the way down.
I think Crypto should have a new nickname. He is now Defenestrator.
So anyway,
What does that mean?
last session, I think
So-
everybody's coping with the Henshin Prime dying. And by coping, I mean in very unhealthy manners. Like one person just beating up people in the middle of the street, another jumping out the window,
Okay, I was being
another jumping out the window but actually having something to fly
bad
with.
guys, okay?
That was
Whatever
very
helps
high.
Vinna not sleep at night.
Doesn't sleep at
Okay.
night anyway. Her
Only
Quick recap for
whole thing
everybody.
is being-
Oli is learning how to
Superpower.
emoji on her phone. And I
She stole a phone.
and I think she wants to go to an amusement park or something. I wasn't quite clear on that. I don't know.
Be arranged.
Vinna took off into the night, pissed off, and decided to kick the shit out of some random thieves.
It's
Where
like
she
Batman.
ran into Voxhart and then beat the shit out of him some in a very cathartic and not sexually charged way at all.
Mm-mm.
I mean, for Vox it wasn't, but I feel like for Vinna everything is charged by something. But I think the sex charge is
That's
Gonna
just
max out.
That's
genetics.
inherent.
I don't know what to tell you about that one.
So she hit that, but not in a sexual way.
Not
yeah.
yet, anyway.
But I do want to note that we left Vox hanging on the streets as he was making his way
Yes.
back to the professor.
Yes. Simon is with the professor studying. Everyone else attended Crypto as he went to the hospital. Daiyo partially because she wanted to see him bite somebody, and
Sure.
then immediately got distracted by the buff orc nurse, who then had to try and shove everybody out of Crypto's room because Bark decided to interrupt the doctor mid-speech and proclaim that removing Crypto's eye would kill him, with no evidence whatsoever. which then led to chaos, to which Crypto was like, nah, fuck this, and rolled a 23 to break through a window and fuck off.
He had a severe panic
that's what
attack and had to
happened,
get
'cause
out of
I
there.
Did
Yeah.
not. I was like not there for
Yeah,
half of
your
that.
internet shit its pants and died.
Don't say it. It will hear you.
Bark took some fall damage, which is the other reason. Fuck it, I'm finally adding this and changing the way that falling works in my 5e games. From now on, we're sort of using it's like...
Hey, Bark, how'd you get there?
The Pathfinder 2e versions of falling rules, which is basically whenever you fall more than 5 feet, everyone has the opportunity to use a reaction to try and grab something to not fall. When you do so, you either, depending on how well you roll, you either don't fall at all or you lessen the damage you take. Any damage you take is whatever distance you fell, halved. So if you fall 50 feet, you take 25 damage. But it doesn't have the topping out modifier at 200 feet. It tops out at 1,500 feet. So there are still some falls that will just fucking kill you.
Alright, you hear that, Onyx?
Yes, it's 100%
You hear that,
for
Onyx? I'm
Onyx.
coming for your butt.
We're calling you out.
I'm coming for your butt. Aya 2020.
I mean, that's not new. That's been my objective in Retroverse since the beginning.
I never took you for a butt girl. Good for you.
Kat, can I get a ruling from you later on how that's supposed to interact with dive kick?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm a common rider.
I'm a patter writer. I write this crap.
I don't know what that means, other than just...
Common rider, like the Henshin. The
Yes,
Vroom, vroom.
the rider henshin type.
The big
these
zoo.
kicks that come
Oh,
from
yeah,
high down low.
Oh, yeah.
Although in this case, it's also the Apogee class has a dive kick attack that it can use.
I love that video game.
Anyway.
So, I'll say that,
Again.
Vox, you walk into the professor's lab just in time, or into the din of chaotic yelling, which is probably the result of all of the rest of these chuckle fucks who did not decide to chase after Crypto gathering up.
I think we should go find him. I'm very worried, and we're gonna use that magic.
What was that?
What? Did I
I'm
bring
thought it
gonna
was
say it's
just me.
Aya.
That was microphone feedback for just a second. It's not
Aya's
going
mic
anywhere.
had just like, ooh.
Love
Had a
it.
seizure.
Cool.
Okay, you're cool now.
All
Do
right,
it
great.
again.
Sorry.
Crypto will listen to it and come.
Well, see, I'm worried about him. He is not well, and I think if we use the magic rock thing, then it'll be fine. Right?
So I walk into them already having gone to the hospital, losing him, and then coming back.
Yeah, you had stopped and talked to the professor for quite a bit, or not the professor, in the Looper call, right?
And, I took my moment with Vinna and then went straight from Vinna to the professor, and then we got lost in hospital shenanigans. So that's why I'm trying to
Oh, okay.
understand the timeline.
That's
How
right.
far
You
the
ran into Vinna on the way back from the Looper call, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I will say that you probably had about an hour or so at the lab with the professor and Ruby and Simon before the rest of said Chucklefucks return.
Okay. Cool. I'm not trying to keep people out. I just want to know the timeline.
Yeah.
Okay. So I go in. What do I see of you, Simon? Because I'm still seeing Jesse Smith on your fucking Zoom name. Damn you,
Chucked
Mr.
under the
Belmont.
bus.
So, yeah, Simon. What do I see of you, the professor, and Ruby?
Well, he looks like this, but rather more haggard. He's definitely got an added 5 o'clock shadow times like 5. His top knot is a little more bedraggled than usual, and he's definitely got the kind of bags that come from a lot of hours spent in front of a screen.
Okay.
You notice he's kind of like stumbling towards the break room / coffee machine sort of general area.
All right. So unless you and I make any kind of eye contact, I'm gonna go directly over to the professor.
He'll just kind of toss you an offhanded wave as he shuffles zombie-like towards the caffeine.
The professor's pretty much
Don't drink at all.
sitting in front of his computer, searching through everything.
I'll make more. Damn it.
Yeah. All right. Well, Professor, we need to talk on very important matters.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he wasn't really a head of state, but losing somebody like Yost is gonna, even with all the information he dumped, is gonna leave a power vacuum that...
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about that and a few other things, like your finances.
What?
And this is where I have to ask because I didn't get a chance to record everything from when you sent me things in Zoom last week, but Nocturne had wanted me to... Yeah.
Nocturne had told you that he couldn't find as much information as he wanted to on the professor, which made him nervous because he's the head of information.
Yes.
And while it's understandable considering the professor's code name within the virtual world is the programmer and his specialty is coding and technology and that sort of thing, it's still strange and makes him nervous. And just also the fact that he couldn't find any history on him. It's like this guy appeared out of nowhere with a company fully formed and several degrees under his belt.
Yes, and that's Ollie, one time I ate a bug that I love your name. So I'm using one of my luckies, and we rolled a 14 plus 9, so 23.
Nice. I will also remind you, I forgot it the last time or two, but I had been using that rule called heroic inspiration, where all
I was going to ask you to remind, too, yeah.
And I'm actually going to dump this into the Zoom call real quick. And I actually went ahead and combined it with the changes doc that everybody has anyway, just so that it's all together.
Brill.
Okay, so.
Yes. Yes. So I got that
total?
23. We need to talk about who you are, Professor, the programmer. I need to know why it is that we at Henshin have no record of you up until a short period ago. I need to know why you have as much in terms of your assets and technology as you do. And I need to know why it seems like so much trouble is coming your way, and yet we have no way of knowing how to help you or if we should help you. So if you would, so kindly, in terms of matters of the state of not just Neo-Radix, but the entirety of this planet, could we get some answers down on paper, please?
It's like, well, first off, it's really rude of you to come in here and making these demands, considering a man just died on my watch, and the team and I are trying to figure out how the fuck that happened.
You mean the person who led the entire organization that is having trouble finding out things about you at this moment?
Not everybody has their entire history written down for the entire world to see, Voxhart. People have their right to their privacy. And I admit that I am a very private person. But everything I have done to protect this team and protect this world.
I am still trying to figure out what I'm doing here with this team, and your information will help. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you.
I understand that Ranger Command likes to know everything, and that you are very likely working with the clandestine branch of Ranger Command. I come from very, very old money. And most of it has been held in accounts and various different, yes, probably what you would consider, what's the word, like floating accounts, different companies in different cities. I move around a lot. I have some things in my past that I wasn't very fond of, and I did torch a lot of my history when he's like, Simon knows this. Ruby knows this. The dragon that they fought.
Did you call me boss?
No, you're good, buddy.
Everything all right in there? I heard shouting.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, well, just holler if you need me.
The dragon that they fought in the virtual world the day you and I met was my old lab partner. And when I found out what he was doing, I burned our lab and our research and everything that I owned in that lab to the ground. And hopefully I thought him with it, but apparently he's a bit tougher than that. So yeah, I'm not really fond of sharing my history.
Well, that's honestly very good that you came forthright with it. It's going to help us better handle the situation because unfortunately, as it seems a number of things occurred over the course of the past 96 hours, there's question as to who might be pulling strings that we don't know about and why we might need to know more about those that we do not. I was instructed to get that information about you. And I'm sorry that I had to come at you in such a forceful way, but if I didn't, I feel like I would have been brushed off. So.
It's understandable. Tensions are high, and I understand that right now it's hard to trust even the people that... Hard to trust anyone. But just know that everything that I've done here, everything I've been doing since I put this team together, I was trying to help. I was trying to protect people.
I am certain that you are trying to do the right thing now. But even if you are on the side of justice at this moment, it doesn't stop us from wanting to know. And more importantly, I'm going to say to hell with the fact that I'm part of the Henshin group right now. I'm going to talk to you as me, myself, and I. I like to know who I'm working with before I start getting manipulated. It's happened once or twice before, and I don't need it to happen again. All right?
It's fair.
So, that all said, where do you want to go from here? I'm asking, I'm not telling.
Like, I'm sorry, we heard your cat and it was the best.
Yes, I will grab her. Keep talking though, I can hear you.
Okay. He's like, regarding your suspicions of my past or regarding stage and the Circle of Night?
Well, the Circle of Night is definitely going to be an important piece of this puzzle, if it's not the entire puzzle itself. I'm going to need to know everything that you know for the sake of us. I'll keep your anonymity to need-to-know basis, all right? That's as much as I can honestly do. I can't make you anonymous to my higher-ups. That's just the way it goes. But
well, there's no such thing as truly anonymous.
It's true. So, yeah. Is there a chance? Oh, no, but my baby.
Kitty.
Big purr bucket. But yes, no. My hope is that we can take a moment where we can just sit and record some of this. I'll record it into my bracer, and that way it won't be left and lost and possibly taken. All right?
Yes, I can agree to that. I now very much more so see the value in keeping a record that's a bit more analog than what I typically go by. Because Vox, you would know that a lot of the stuff, a lot of the information that Yoast dropped, it actually got dropped through like old ass like hard copy tapes and things that were unhackable.
Yes. That's the only thing that you can trust, is to try and mitigate any potential editing as time goes on.
Yeah. He's like, I think the next, what we have to do now is to think about what is the best step to get closer to this circle of night.
Well,
I'm thinking, as much as I really don't want you guys to tangle with him because he's dangerous and I know how dangerous he is personally, the rest of the crew did defeat the chemist once. And if he was working with the reality hacker, which Yoast's notes say he was, that might be a pretty solid bet to find her and then maybe find Lyra.
I was actually going to mention that. I know a lot of people have been hurt by the fact that one of their closest decided to act in this way, but I did not get the sense from Lyra that she was malicious. I think that there's something that is twisting her arm. And again, that's what happens when you don't know who you're working with and how to get out. So where I don't have any emotional ties like that in the group just yet, I think I can see that a little more clearly.
I definitely feel the same. I mean, I vetted everyone on this team. She was spotless. Like, she has a family that lives in the city. She actually was in that shitty band. She did actually publish that book of poetry that I felt at first really bad that I didn't read, and now I don't know how I feel. Yeah, I think there's more to it than just she was betraying us the whole time. Because if she had multiple opportunities to stab all of you guys in the back multiple times. I've seen some of the magic she can do. She can do some powerful stuff when she wants to.
Well, I have not gotten to see enough of her offensive capabilities to say as such. But I will say that if she is intended to be some sort of villain in this plot, she's either really bad at being a villain or really good at standing against orders. So that's, again, just brief period of time in and out of this group. But for the time being, taking her off of the game board, yes, I do agree that perhaps the chemist and the reality...
Yeah, honestly, if they know anything about our team, which they most certainly have, because Bark streamed pretty much everything up until about 2 weeks ago, they're not going to let us anywhere near Lyra, because that's a liability. Regardless of whether or not you and I think that she had some ulterior motive, that she was pressured into doing it because she's truly a good person deep down inside. Either way, she's a risk to their operation.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not saying that we're going to have a chance at her anytime in the near future. But what I am saying is should we ever find ourselves in a situation where we might accidentally see her in place, I would suggest...
bean her over the head, and we're gonna take her in for...
No, that's not what I was going to suggest at all.
What were you gonna suggest?
I was going to suggest that we make contact, and perhaps whoever does find her play a part.
Oh?
Life is a game, unfortunately, and I stand on the side of justice, but that doesn't mean that being able to bluff your way through things is necessarily a villainous thing. It's a way to a solution. I feel like if Lyra were to bump into any of her friends, they would be more inclined to knock her over the head, as you said. But if not I, but you were to instruct them to instead follow and see if either she's willing to listen, then ask her about it, or if she's not, play her game for a little bit.
You're suggesting I be the spy?
I mean, you could be. It could be that who was she closest to?
Sammi.
Sammi? Sammi can't lie to save her life.
And then, actually, and he turns around and looks in the room that Simon's in.
Now that is an idea.
It certainly is. It's better than the one I had, because there's no way they'd believe me. The second the chemist gets eyes on me, he's going to know.
That's why I'm saying perhaps...
I did try to murder him that one time. And then sent a bunch of my employees to go murder him the second time.
Weak.
I am an elderly man, okay? I mean, I wasn't elderly at the time, but...
You seem to have a lot of energy for an elderly man.
I work out. How do you think I lifted all these computers up here? I mean, I also have Ruby for that, but she has off days.
Okay, so we had a saying back in the academy, and that's when someone is not having all their pieces add up together, we would call them sus. It's short for suspect.
You're a goddamn liar! You've never been to the academy!
What are you talking about?
You did go to the academy.
Who do you know that I didn't? How dare?
It's not like Vinna would remember.
Oh, because she never went.
Vinna
No, she
went to
did.
the academy.
She just went to
How?
1,000
Vinna
I thought she had
ago.
awful grades.
What do you mean? Vinna
She
went
flunked out.
Vinna went to the academy and she almost graduated, but she had a mental breakdown and didn't graduate. But
I
she
have a
went
cat,
through
your
all the
argument isn't
academy
valid.
training.
Your argument is valid. I have a cat. Those eyes are so
Look
fucking
at that
big.
cat's eyes.
I'm sorry, I'm
Oh
just
my
letting you all
God.
see her for a little bit longer before I run her out the door.
Pixie's still hanging out with me, but she doesn't want to be on camera anymore.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, Terry is undoubtedly staring at Kevin's sandwich.
So, with all that said,
Simon, we may have something of a plan.
He'll poke his head in the door. Come again?
You need a brush?
Probably.
Simon, did you eat?
You're not here yet. 2 seconds.
It's almost like I can hear Sammy reminding me to eat. I must be hungry.
Yeah, probably. There's pizza in the other room. It's very cold, but it's still good.
how many days old is that pizza? You got that
Not
pizza?
that long.
It's been like a couple hours.
Yeah, it's been like
Oh,
several
that
hours.
pizza. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, as I'm fairly certain I saw Bud's tentacle running into that pizza box about a half an hour ago.
Oh. Yeah, so Vox brought up an interesting point. So I know that Sammi believes that Lyra was coerced into doing what she did.
Mm-hmm.
And some of us have different opinions on that. However, Vox had the idea that we do the same to her.
Go on.
We play our
Well.
game. Make contact, see if she's willing to talk. I mean, these people are trying to... I think... Didn't Sammi say something about using the fray to change the way reality works? That was something she said about seeing in Yost's mind. You can manipulate the code.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Maybe it's something that you can play on.
Trying to remake the world? Or something less
No,
grandiose?
acting like you're interested in joining their posse. Figure
Yeah,
out what the hell... Yeah, like you...
So you want me to be a double agent?
Sort of. I believe, not Henshin Command, not part of this group, I myself believe that if anybody's going to get close to Lyra, it has to be someone that she trusted. And Sammi can't lie to save her life. I say that because that sweet little bran muffin can barely keep a straight face without a smile or yell that everybody's trying to save her. So if she changed her mood dramatically to say, I want to be a bad guy, in my best Sammi voice, then I don't think there would be any bait to be had, and that would put Sammi at risk. However, I'm told that you were fairly close to Lyra as well.
Well, I don't know about fairly close.
I think that she truly does want to be friends, regardless of what she's doing at the moment.
I'm going to hold you right there. I just want to I want to ask you one question. You said Sammi is ineligible for this operation on account of she can't lie to save her life. But I can? You think I'm...
It wasn't that you can... It's not that we think you can lie. It's that
Professor,
you
don't
have-
misunderstand. I don't take insult. I just wondered what part of my makeup or aspect of my behavior made him think that I might be a good actor.
Lyra liked you. She trusted you.
That's honestly the long and short of it. The professor suggested you as the next possible option among the group.
I'd be willing to give it a try.
At the very least, as the professor already elaborated, you have capacity and you have potential motive. You'd be the most likely of the people in the group to possibly offer the defect.
You do have the tragic backstory.
Oh, I know. It's just heartbreaking, isn't it? And trying to follow that poor, lovelorn little rhythm rye, even though she ran away. It's all very romantic, and it would tell such a good story. And he's going to look up and kind of temple his fingers, and he's going to get the Gendo glasses on, looking at Voxhart. I will bring her back to either on the end of my arm or on the end of my chain.
That's all I ask. It's for the betterment of the world and the betterment for your team, because I truly believe that she would rather be on the arm than on the chain.
I would rather do it the friendly way, but we can bring her back by force if necessary.
As long as it's not the first option.
I'm not saying we do this right away. We need to plan first. First, we got to find our ass.
Well, don't mention this to the rest of the team. They won't understand.
Absolutely not. Are you crazy? Do you really think Sammi would let you do this?
I don't think that she would even let me get out the door.
Do you think Bark would let you do this alone?
No, he tried to live stream it.
Yeah.
He'd try to go in first.
I love them, but they're predictable.
Hey, I want to be a bad guy. I always wanted to play on the other side of the court. Right now, Vox is going and cycling through his Vox driver and has sampled everybody's voices. And so when I'm doing these bad mimics, it's actually in the game, he's doing everybody's voice.
How droll.
Wait a minute. Did you pick as your like
Oh, I don't have mimicry. I'm saying for
okay.
flavor, not for
Okay.
actual game mechanics.
Because I wasn't sure. Because fucking Alt did in our other game. I'm like, here's a list of like mechanically solid, useful abilities, and he's like, fuck that. I want Mimic. I'm like, that's not useful. He's like, I want it. Give it to me, please.
The hell mimicry isn't useful.
Listen, if I was a Mina, I would have chosen it first and foremost.
Have you heard of Corruption Crew? Stealth is not exactly their strong suit.
Subterfuge is amazing, though.
I
will say that I
just
will
not
probably
with
add
them.
that to my my beast drive at a later time.
The chat right now is glorious. I'll say around this point is when all of you guys come in to see Vox and Simon and the professor laughing in like that exhausted, stupid kind of laugh that only happens when like you're stressed to the point of like exhaustion and everything is funny for no reason.
I remember those good old college days. Yeah.
That was actually me cracking up at your face, Jesse.
I'm horrified.
Oh, that would make a great GIF. Somebody get a clip of this.
Oh my god, yes. I think that might be what Scott's doing right now.
We're punchy.
Will walk in and she'll like have a bag of bagels and be like, "Are you guys hungry?"
Famished. Oh, please come here.
The
You guys
professor's
doing
sort of
okay?
There's like a whoosh of wind, and the bag is no longer in your hand.
Okay.
He's just got the bag in one arm. He's got a bagel. It's already halfway gone.
he's like,
Wait. Hold on. Let me get one of these.
Have you guys seen Crypto?
I was just gonna ask, aren't you also missing our resident sports
Didn't you
star?
have him? Where is everybody?
Where is Bark? Wait,
Good lord. Somebody get on the phone.
where's Bark? Hold on.
Taxi driver. No, he went that way. No, not that way. That way. Follow the silver
He
surfboard.
was following me back home. Daiyo, did you see where you went?
This is such a freakazoid moment, and I love it.
Tiny recap for Aya because your computer died at the end there. Everybody lost their mind. Crypto said fuck this and jumped out a window, and then Bark,
I knew that
being
one.
Bark, jumped out after him.
Oh, okay.
Took a ton of damage, used a spell to heal the guy that Vinna kicked the shit out of earlier, because I thought, yeah, that's funny, and then healed him and himself a lot because life transference is OP when you're restless. And then proceeded to pay a taxi driver to chase Crypto through the streets, even though Crypto is going twice as fast as he is and above traffic.
Good lord.
So it is only maybe Sammi and Daiyo that return.
Vox comes out from the other room with a piece of pizza stacked between the two halves of the bagel. When you have pizza in a bagel, you can have pizza anytime.
I want to vomit.
Okay, but
yes.
Professor's like, okay, so I'm guessing Crypto's still at the hospital. Did Bark go talk to his?
You would think that, but he kind of jumped out of the window, and then Bark jumped out of after him, and now they're both missing. So,
So they're probably safe.
I came to get
I mean,
a
at least
bagel.
they're
and
together,
then
right?
Well, no, they're not together.
Not really.
Great.
Hello,
Great.
this is
It's a great idea for all of us to be split up and not together. That's super smart.
hello. This is
find
news
him and
announcer
then be right
Benjamin
back.
Franklin on Rad 9. We have a crazy car chase going on where this taxi is chasing a poor Unari going on their silver surfboard. We
The
have more
professor
news at
literally
11.
just lays his head down on the desk.
brilliant. Brilliant.
I'm really scared, you guys. This has been a very, very long day.
Yeah, I feel like the
okay.
last week has been a very long day.
We have to find those good boys.
Was there any cream cheese?
Oh,
Yes.
I forgot the bagel. I grabbed the bagel.
No, here
and
you
then
go.
leave.
I brought.
Hey.
Grab the
Listen.
bagel.
If you're
Holy.
bringing
Ooh,
bagels
blueberry.
and you're not bringing cream cheese, then you're not bringing bagels.
Just teasing.
Well, yeah, but then you have the asshole that like takes the bagel with them to the cream cheese with them to their desk.
God, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Okay, we just
That's
lost
weird
Ollie.
right there,
Can
buddy.
we go back pick Oli because I don't think she knows
Well,
where
Oli
she's going.
literally left the room.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
She
I'm
walked with
saying
you
that
guys. Oh, okay.
to Sammi and the rest.
He's like
Like,
some.
Did you want some cream cheese?
What is cream cheese? Sounds delicious. Bye.
Walks out the door. Looks left, looks right. How quickly is Oli going? Is she a runner or is she a happy walker?
Well, they said we gotta find those good boys, so I'm running.
where are you going?
Where are you going?
There's good boys to be found? Where?
It's funny because in this situation, the bone is chasing the dog, and that's weird.
Brilliant.
Shit.
Scotty, how did you miss that opportunity for a joke?
I threw her one.
Well played.
Okay, who made the bone chasing joke?
Yeah.
Okay, have a heroic inspiration. That's fucking hilarious.
Thank you.
Honestly, Aya would be the one that's bone
I was supposed to say
chasing. That's neither here nor there.
I can't take credit for any of that.
Bob, someday you'll play you'll play with me when I play a character that's not sexually charged, and that would be a great day.
Yeah, but it's not gonna happen, so don't lie to me like that.
Okay, but like almost like no, there are. Okay, but like Sammy is the complete being with that kind of stuff.
Okay, but counteroffer.
Lilia is
Shut
that
up,
kind of
is
being.
what I got from you.
Alexia is a being. Like, none of them want to have sex, okay? You just keep playing Retroverse characters and they're horny as fuck. Because somebody makes very horny art for Retroverse.
I also ran a game for you where you were a robot and were still somehow sexually charged.
Okay, don't blame this on Lluis. He did nothing wrong. He's just doing his job.
Completely in a different game without Lluis.
Yeah.
I ran a Magical Fury game for her, and she played a robot girl.
Character. She did not want to.
I'm making a new logo for this game. This is no longer the Vaccine crew. This is the What the Fuck is Happening crew.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm sorry. We're on a
segue.
Yes.
We thought we were playing 5th Ed, but it's really ADD&D.
Correct.
Sorry. I'll shut up now. Anyway.
So if I don't see her, I go back in. Sorry, Simon, sorry.
I didn't say anything. It was Lluis.
It was Lluis.
I was just reacting.
I literally missed it.
What?
What did you say?
No, I said that we lost Oli too.
Great. This is great. I'm sure they're fine.
Yeah.
The Wunari that maybe still has a concussion and also a really fucked up eye. The 10,000-year-old alien. And one of the most famous sports players in... I'm sure this is great. There's no way this could go poorly. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'll open up the mouth part of my helmet. Yeah, we had a quick talk.
Oh.
Spits blood.
Yeah, that kind of is on track for what I expected.
Wait. Wait, taxi, stop. Vinna, get in here. We're gonna get crypto. Come on.
How did you get into Henshin command?
No time. Let's go.
Just grab some random woman off the street. Wait a minute. You don't have a horn. I miscalculated.
Oh no.
No, I was just joking. Like somehow the flying taxi literally into Henshin command.
No time to explain.
So this is the 5th element now.
Yes.
So, Vox and I were talking, and we came up with the idea that perhaps it would be best to go after the chemist again. You guys did kick his ass that one time. And we know that he's allied with the reality hacker. And reality hacker is allied with Lyra. So hopefully Finding him will find us a way to the reality hacker and hopefully Lyra at the same time.
Sounds good.
So, if we were going to try and go after the chemist, what would your suggestion be? I only came into contact with you as you were leaving that bout.
Well, I'm gonna suggest subterfuge, definitely. They literally walked into his living room last time and had tea with him before kicking his ass. So I don't think he's gonna let that fly a second time.
He also turned into a dragon. That happened.
He didn't turn into a dragon. He was a dragon the whole
dragon.
time. He was polymorphed into a person.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay.
Oh,
Wait.
Vox is just gonna pat Timmy's shoulder.
I have not met other dragons before. I don't know how that works. Okay.
Professor's like, okay, so for what it's worth, I did study dragon lore a lot in college. I know a fair amount of Draconic. It's pretty common that the majority of dragons these days walk around in shape change form just because it's a lot easier to like exist. It's not like a dragon would really fit in most computer chairs.
Yeah.
So
the only other dragon I know of is Vinna's sister.
What?
I thought her. Never mind. That's not a thing I need to think about right now. I don't have time.
Adopted sister.
Okay. All right. Okay. I thought that she. Never mind. No. That's a question for the next time we see her, that she's not trying to beat the shit out of somebody on the team.
She's just angry, you know. She has a lot of emotions, and I understand. She's a very passionate lady.
Yeah, I understand it.
It's been a long couple of 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would definitely. I don't know what you're pointing at.
Oh, I was pointing at our dear friend Callie. I couldn't tell if she was stretching or if she was.
That's how I cope.
He's like, I did find some things though on the drive that Simon procured when you guys went there. It took quite a while to get through all of it, but it looks like this looks like the chemist was working with another agent who I'm fairly certain, based on what the chemist notes say, is this other individual you just mentioned called the Collective. And that they were the two that were working together to try and come up with ways to infect other kinds of creatures with the Cyblight virus. Obviously, you guys ran into the Psy-Devs, the Cyblight infected intellect devourers. I also found a very terrifying few moments of footage of what I think is a corrupted celestial that. So the Cyblight virus is it's a nanite disease, but I've never seen it fully like disperse into nanites. They sort of infect the body and just stay. This angel, it discorporated. It dispersed into a cloud. The things that they're doing with the Cyblight virus are leagues outside anything that Radix has seen since the Machine Wars. And the Machine Wars were brutal.
So, what would you suggest then, Professor? Would you suggest that we try to get in contact with the chemist, or that we would try to interact with this?
I feel like the chemist is the path to the Collective and to the reality hacker and to Lyra. He's the stepping stone that hopefully you guys squish and put out of everyone's misery for good this time. Which means it's going to be a lot more dangerous this time. I think when you guys go in this time, you should go in for real. The last time they went to the virtual world, Vox, they were plugged into the devices. Crypto now has the means, when we can find his ass, to go into the virtual world bodily. They'd be at their full power.
But they would be at the full risk of dying.
Yes.
But do you think it's a good idea to fight the chemist on
Which
their lab?
there's no way he's at that lab. He definitely torched and stripped it of everything useful. I'm pretty sure that's actually what Crypto said. I think he went back that night after all the rest of you had gone to sleep. But I have some ideas of places he might be, different places where he was stashing information and things, and where he was picking up test subjects.
Yeah, but that's the problem, because fighting a Tesla Dragon is one thing, and fighting a Tesla Dragon and a lot of Cyblight is another.
Yeah, it is.
You just
That's
need to
why I
bring more and
suggest
bigger
the
guns.
whole... You remember last time he had T-Rexes with guns attached to them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys could turn them into a chicken, so there's that. But
Oh my god, that was so awful.
I miss Lyra.
you also
I
don't
miss her
have
too.
a
Okay.
person that can turn Gunrexes into chickens. So what I'm saying is I suggest stealth. The
I
best
mean, I
bet is
think-
to try and sneak up on them. I know
Absolutely.
Bark has the ability to turn himself invisible.
As much as I would like to sneak, I am not a sneaky person. I am a giant moth lady. It's not gonna really be really easy for me to hide.
Well then, what if we lured him out?
I
What
think
are
that
you
would be the
thinking?
best plan.
Well, yeah, if we lured him to a place where we have the advantage, it might be better than trying to sneak in and be in his lair.
I mean,
Yeah.
for once, it worked perfectly when we fought on Bark's stadium thing.
That did
We
kind
did
of...
plan, we executed the plan, and it went well. For once.
I feel like that's because you planned.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why.
I don't
We should
remember
plan now.
this. What? Sammy's like, when do we have a plan?
That was when Sammy wasn't there.
Nope.
That was Koyo.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. we should call her too.
I feel
mean,
certain
did
that
say that
Crypto
if
called
if-
Makoto and her.
She did say that if Crypto needed help, she would come and help, but nobody else.
That's fair.
All the rest of you fuckers are on your own. Crypto, you
guys
have a
are all
job with me.
okay.
What about Code Lyoko?
Koyo, it's I played.
No, that's just what Vox says. That's all.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is. I think that was somebody that helped them out with the basketball shenanigans. I think she's part of the night of
She's
the thing that Crypto's part of, but like the ground, but the one that's here, not in the virtual world.
the nice material. Yeah.
Thank you.
Simon is gonna like yawn real big and be like, I've been at this for several hours. I think I need to get me some shut eye. But Vox, can I have a word with you as we're heading out?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I will accompany you.
So, getting like actually outside of the office,
Yes.
Yeah.
and like heading back in the direction of his actual apartment. In fact,
Yes.
he's gonna knock on the wall, kind of like he's trying to sound something out, like try to find, and he'll hit what he's looking for after a minute. Bud, can you give us a little private room, please? And the lianas are going to start coming out of the drop ceiling, and you have like a little temporary isolated, basically little private cubby to chat. So when are we going to do this? It's going to be hard for me to go unnoticed for very long.
I personally believe that the best time to do it is in a moment of chaos. If you're going to be able to sneak in, you need to be able to do it while in the middle of everything. I don't think it's going to be you go out for a stroll like we are now.
I thought the point was to go and try and find her as a lone individual and not just get out in the middle of, when things are crazy.
What I believe is
if I disappear during chaos, they're going to come looking.
What is happening right now is a kind of chaos. What I'm saying is, while this is occurring, since you are already going to get some shut-eye, this is an opportunity for you to seemingly be abducted.
Well, unless Ranger Command has got any better idea of where she's being kept, that I can
do something about that.
Because my search has come up with places she's been, but I've had no hits on where she's been now. Not since she disappeared.
I would say your best bet is when all of this is actively occurring. Do you have the ability to place a bug?
I mean, I can be pretty sneaky and place things just by stealth, but I mean, none of my abilities are particularly adept at implanting code or bugs outside of the code. I tried that once; it didn't work well.
Big ol' hug.
That's a big bug hug.
Big bug. I'm sorry. Shut up.
Ow. So yeah, I feel like if there's a way for you, are you mechanically sound? I'm still trying to understand what it is you all are capable of. I've only known you for a handful of days at this point.
So I have a limited capability to alter the fabric of reality using the code, and he'll kind of draw out some of like a fraction of his power to indicate.
Yeah.
I can change a couple of things in terms of probability. If I try really hard, sometimes I can make big things happen, but mostly it augments my physical and combat prowess. I know things about entities that honestly probably shouldn't be known. Like I know exactly how many times and how hard I have to hit you to make you die.
Do you know where I come from with that sort of information?
I can try. I'm going to go ahead and burn a code point and run scanner on him and look for the generic other DM's discretion information.
Okay.
So I'm not looking for hit points or I'm not looking for AC or any of his combat stats, but just the othering stuff.
So you like look at him, and it's the first time that you've really like examined the code that is Voxhart. And it's the strange sort of fuzziness around his code that the only thing you can compare it to is corruption, but it's very clearly like not corruption.
It's encryption.
It's other. It's not native.
Oh. So, like, are we just running on an entirely different code base from what I'm used to seeing in this universe? Like, he's alien to this place?
Yes.
Oh, my. Well, that's different.
Wait, did you actually try to...
That's what I came back with, was your code's not the same code base as the rest of us.
I didn't think you were actually going to take that as a challenge. Oh.
You okay. Asked. You wanted to get a better idea of my abilities.
Knew exactly what he was doing.
So yeah, he'll adjust his spectacles, and you'll see like his eyes kind of flash green, and across the lenses of his specs, you can see like code traces flashing across as he runs his analysis. And I'm guessing this is probably representationally going to look a lot like what Agent Smith looked like, right? Where his signature in code vision was just profoundly different from the regular green scroll. It was some kind of yellow angry fire.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how Vox would present. Probably something like golden red fire. But you're very definitely not from around here. What are you?
We can talk about that another time, but that did give me some answers. So I would say maybe the best thing that you could do is, can you implant data from someone else onto somebody?
I've never tried, but I imagine I probably could, especially if we were in the virtual.
Well, if you were to maybe take some of me and place it on her, it would be pretty easy to find her.
You mean some of your unnatural code?
It would be easier to spot than anything else, right?
Perhaps. Unless I had something in particular that I had written just for such an occasion.
That's also a thing if you do.
Please do not put your code on Lyra. Gross. Gross.
Listen, I'm not saying it has to be done manually.
This is just so unwholesome.
It really is, but they brought it there, so I'm going to meet them halfway. Anyway, no.
We're talking about ones and zeros, ladies. Come on.
Yes. It's just
me too,
lines and
boys.
holes. So,
me too.
Thank you. You caught that, Crypto. I appreciate that from another world. Yes. All I'm saying is if you don't have the mechanical prowess to be able to devise a bug, you could at least use my apparently different code to seek her out. A paintball of code.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm fairly certain that I could at least do a tracker.
Okay, that is what I'm looking for. If you can find a way to do that and get it on her person, that would give us a better sense of where she is and where to triangulate her and the other.
You do understand, of course, that this requires that we know where the hell she is in the first place, right?
We're going to find that out in a moment. What I'm getting at is...
Then why do we need the tracker? I thought the whole point was just to go damn get her. We don't have to be following her around and drawing all this shit out.
What I'm getting at is we can get her coaxed out much like we're trying to do with the chemist. Once we do that and you scurry off, you'll be able to find a way for us to keep tabs on her, and by way of that, the Circle of Night. It's the as far as I'm to understand, best way that we're going to be able to keep an eye and hand on everything.
So not only do we want to try and retrieve our wayward Rye, but we're also trying to put eyes inside the operation of the big bad group.
Wouldn't hurt. At least we would have a better way of managing things, and whether or not Lyra wants to come back, we have a person on the inside, and it doesn't have to be you.
Having had a pretty thorough understanding of the psychology of loss and having read through her messages that she left to all of us, I would give it, be it better than even odds, that the double agent you seek is her. We have to bring her back, and we have to make her feel reassured that she is not, in fact, as alone and as much of a, failure as she seems to think she is. This can
I'm willing to buy that too, but you're going to be the one to know that, because she's not going to trust me or anybody else if we try to barge in on this.
My point being, I do not want her to end up feeling like she's been used. I want this to be her getting her help. The woman needs help.
Well, you seem to have an understanding on that better than I do. You can feel the wink through the helmet.
Not sure I appreciate your helmet's tone, sir.
We can wreck her hard when you use a W in wreck him.
Oh, God. Not spell checking. Okay, so that's about all I really had to say for now. I'll be in touch. I really am going to go home and get some rest.
No, please rest. I don't need a dead code manipulator. What do they call you?
I'm an Apogee, thank you.
Apogee, thank you.
All right, bud, that'll be all.
Do you have more pizza?
You checking the break room. I don't know. There's bagels.
I give half the half of pizza bagel sandwich that I had on my person.
The flour that had been,
That's
the flowers that had
bagel.
been.
That's a pizza on a bagel.
It's a pizza within a bagel.
Oh, it's
and
horrible.
you can have it at any time.
Yeah, the flour just wraps around it and it disappears up into a vent. Which, by the way, The internal vents of this place are going to be fucking hell during pollen season.
Oh, he doesn't pollinate in the vents. He just keeps his leaves there. The air's never been
I
fresher.
hate all of this. Stop talking.
No, he puts his flowers up on the roof.
Oh God.
It's got to spread. It's got to
I
spread.
really
Can't
do
that
enjoy
anymore.
our talks, Simon.
Likewise, I'm sure.
Meanwhile, how is Oli going to attempt to track down the lost boys?
I mean, what is wrong with us?
I'm sorry. I will. Ollie would like to use her tentacles to climb some building, and run across the buildings, looking out for them with her Henshin eyes. I don't know.
I have to ask though, like, this is tail and head tentacles we're talking about, right?
No, she can change her hands into tentacles.
Oh, I missed that. Because I was just imagining her like backing up against a building and then just like sliding up it vertically, like an elevator almost, as the tentacles do their job, and her head's like.
Oh God, I just had like flashback. Oh, you haven't gotten that far in Sundered, have you, Bob?
I haven't played since the last time you were cheering me on, so.
Oh, it's so good. It's not quite like that, I don't think. No, she basically turns her arms into octopus arms.
I can't wait to see what
just
Oli
a
does.
No.
Okay,
That's sorry. That's Oli, not
Yeah.
Eshe, I think is her name in the game. Go, guys, go play Sundered. It's fucking amazing. I love it. I've played it like 6 times. Anyway. Yeah.
So I'm climbing I'm running on top of. I don't know anything about this place, so
Okay.
I'm just running on top of the buildings and looking
go ahead.
for them.
Make so either you can do like a perception check, which would tell you anything, which would just indicate anything interesting and weird that you see. An investigation check would be like, I am searching for these handful of particular individuals.
Investigation. Okay. What is my investigation? Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll say, as you are, sort of, swooping through these buildings, you come to one that actually looks like a sort of rooftop, like playground sort of, for a group, for like an apartment building. And it's kind of like a skate park, and there is a bunch of teenage kids sort of just sitting around, and a handful of them are actually on like skateboards, like skating. But actually like 5 or 6 of them are all crowded around watching a video on a cell phone. You see a familiar figure, although from a very different perspective, explode through a window and fall 40 feet before catching a surfboard and flying off into the distance. And as soon as you're like, hey, all of the kids scatter.
I steal the phone. This is how I get the phone. I know this guy. Where is he?
I don't know. He jumped out of a fucking hospital from 70 feet. Who are you?
No, I was there. I'm Ali.
I'm Brad.
I hold out my tentacle arm to shake.
Like
You just
sticks
got
the
a real
palm of his hand.
Octodad vibe right now.
Are you dressed? Is Oli dressed like a Henshin right now, or is she dressed in like whatever the fuck she came back from the moon in?
I'd say she's dressed in whatever the heck she came back from the moon in. She needs to like buy new clothes, but she probably doesn't have her like new outfit, so it's probably just the bottom half of her Henshin outfit.
Don't let Sammy hear that. She'll
It's
get
like-
too excited.
You're not corrupted, are you?
What?
Little, like,
No.
tentacle arms?
Oh no! I just could do that.
Okay.
What?
Do they turn back to arms, or are they still just gigantic 10-foot tentacles?
I hate that.
Shit. They just turn back into forearms.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank God. Yeah, I don't know. He jumped out of a window like 15 minutes ago. Okay, no, it was probably like 30 minutes ago, and disappeared down.
Yes,
the
I was
street.
there.
Oh, okay. Well, so we saw him fly here, and he actually reaches over, plops the tentacle around so that oh no, you turn it back to arms, and hits play, and you see the rest of the video play. And see Crypto zoom off into the dark streets, and then a very faint, sparkly figure in the distance also fall from the window. But the camera happened to be on the guy flying through the sky. And see that he lands on a rooftop not far away and steps through a portal.
Oh, I am on roofs. I can go to him. Okay, thank you so much. I'm taking this, and I take.
What?
It's I think.
She's already
Thank
gone.
you. Goodbye.
My mom's gonna kill me. Oh.
My mom's never gonna believe me that tentacle lady stole my phone.
Not again, at least.
If I had a nickel for every time that a tentacle lady stole my phone, I had 2 nickels, but weird that happened twice.
Bark. Roll a. Okay, if you have land vehicles, you can roll that. Otherwise, it's just straight survival check to try and navigate where the fuck you're going.
I am quite
Would
talented.
it be survival? Because he's not technically driving, he's having the
Well, yeah, but
taxi.
he's still giving directions.
There he is, over there. No,
Based on.
he's over there. 2.
I imagine you just going around in the same block, just in a circle.
You definitely rack up quite a bit of a bill, and then you realize that, oh, you're pretty sure that all of the places that you're remembering of where you thought you'd seen Crypto, you're kind of just going around the route of the last time you went, club hopping.
Ah, crud. Okay, just drop me off here. How much did the bill go up to?
Like 40 gold.
40?
Sure, roll the 1d100.
All right,
It's
I pay
weird
my
because,
fare.
Because, gold is weird in 5e. It doesn't. The economy is fucking. It don't make no sense. Anyway,
The best way I can think of it is a small diamond's 100 gold. It's always 100 gold, and I use that as my standard. But whatever.
So Crypto, you spend a while just sitting in the virtual world, in the what you know is the hub, just watching passerbys go, or folks going in and out. It's incredibly busy, but not in any way that's different than the last time you were here.
Yeah, he's just sitting on one of the rings. I don't know if they rotate or not, but he'd just be sitting there watching, just trying to catch his breath from definitely that panic attack he had. It's been very stressful lately, with the whole falling through a moon, someone dying on his watch, and he takes that very personally, and it's really big for him. Everyone finding out one of his secrets about a whole corruption thing, and now his eyes all busted. It's been a very stressful 2 days. He's just trying to breathe as best as he can.
I just remembered. Apparently, it is called the Well Cluster, and the ones that are The ones that are horizontal, they do not rotate. However, the ones that are vertical do. And I'm gonna put art into the chat so people know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I used a reference for what this place looks like.
But yeah, he's trying to breathe. His head is definitely like in his hands as he's just kind of watching, as he's trying to just kind of remind himself of what not only like his dad has told him, but also his captain or whatever from De-Fragger training. Just like you have to separate yourself from missions and things like that sometimes, and not everything is your fault, and you just have to ignore those pesky voices that tell you should jump off this ring. So many. So insistent. Just
You
breathing.
also
That's what
know
he's...
that it wouldn't do anything.
Wouldn't do anything.
This realm kind of plays with gravity a little bit. You actually at one point, probably while you're watching, see a like group of probably young teenagers that are, or young adults that are probably definitely drunk, sort of stumble through one of the rings and start like trying to dance around the rim drunkenly, and then one falls off and all of the others scream. And for like a split second, you have that panic of, oh, fuck, not again. I cannot get over there fast enough. And then you remember, or your badge reminds you that gravity doesn't work the same here. And while all of the other drunken idiots are freaking out, woof, around the other side, this kid comes back around and sort of like body checks one of the others, and they all fall to the edge of the ring laughing.
Okay. Well, guess that's one less thing to worry about.
You hear the ring activate behind you. And all of them do. It happens usually. But when you look back and look, you actually recognize the person that steps through. It's not the person that knighted you, but she was there when you accepted the badge. You're pretty sure that this is the head of the Knights Virtual.
This was the lady that, as I got knighted and flew out of there, she was like hanging by the portal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like and stands up, I guess, and like salutes. I don't know, like, just what do I do?
She just laughs. She's like, "You're fine. Sit down." And she sits down on the edge of the ring with you and sort of kicks her feet. She's like, "So I heard you had a hell of a day."
Oh, do tell. I'm curious.
I knew Yost.
Hmm.
The Henshin guy.
Yep. I remember the name now. Not after the first time I met him.
Yeah.
And it's gonna stick there for quite a while. How good of a guy was he?
He was a good guy. I mean...
Shit.
He was a dumbass.
Who isn't?
But... There are lots of good people in the world, Crypto. All we can do is try and protect the handful that we still have left. Not everybody lasts forever. He was old as shit anyway.
Yeah.
He knew his time was limited. Why do you think he set up all that stuff to info dump to the entire world all at once?
I don't know. I still feel at least partially responsible because I was literally like laying next to him. I was literally in his head at that moment. And I couldn't do anything about it.
I don't know that he intended it that way, but I think that the code works in mysterious ways that don't always make sense to everybody, but it puts people together for reasons. And I think that there is a reason that you were put with this particular group of very, very strange people.
Tell me about it. I don't know. I just kind of follows the pattern of my life.
It's kind of the way it goes with adventuring.
I guess.
You come from a family of it.
I do.
How many folks from your dad's missions lived to make it to retirement?
I don't know. I only knew like the 3, the 4.
I can tell you it probably wasn't a lot. This sort of life doesn't... There's a reason your folks retired when they did. It's because after a certain point, it gets harder and harder to tempt fate. And Yost has been tempting fate for a really long time. Look, what I'm saying is that it's not your fault. There were other people in there with you, I'm sure, that would have done everything in their power to prevent it too.
I know.
She set this up to make sure that you couldn't fight back. And I'm not talking about Lyra.
I know. So he pulls out the ring. He put it on his necklace. It's next to his dog tags. It's next to Lieutenant Grayson's dog tags. And he just kind of looks at it, kind of rolls it around in his fingers. Just clenches it and just...
These people, the Circle of Night, they have ways to get to people. They have people on their team that Yost thought was an ally. He thought the Predator was his friend. He was his friend. I've seen photos of them having a beer after the dust settled during the Machine War.
Was he called the Predator at that time?
No.
Because I feel like the name should have given it away.
No, he wasn't called that at the time. They just called him Marco then.
I see why he went with Predator.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Though apparently now he goes by David too. I don't know. It's very strange. All these people have different names. I can't really say how many different, but... The Circle of Night has been planning this for a long time. And just because they won this time doesn't mean that you're a failure. And it doesn't mean that you can't protect the rest of your team, because I've seen you do it.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
I'd assume you know a lot about code stuff, right? maybe even corruption stuff.
Yeah.
Test.
You wouldn't happen to know
Test.
any spooky underground kind of institutes that would, I don't know, mess with corruption and inject people with it?
That seems very specific.
Test.
Strange how it is.
Alright, this might work.
Yeah.
I may or may not have been a part of one of those experiments.
Test.
And we had a few friends, I guess you could call them, from Del Diablo stop by and kind of spilled the beans on me. And now at least all my teammates know
I am
that I kind of had to cheat to become the hero I am, if you can call it that.
Not everybody gets here through the same path, Crypto.
Test.
Do you think Ranger Prime got, like...
What about this
Look.
one? No, I already put this one.
Not every... She's like, I'll be honest, I'm not...
Little mod.
I mostly do Holoknight stuff. I'm not as well versed with corruption as some of the others,
Maybe.
or rather with De-Fragger training. But I've been watching the corruption and the way that
What about this
corruption
one?
in our world works for a long time.
How about
And I've seen
this
these experiments.
one? I am your father.
It didn't
How about-
change you, Crypto.
How about
It unchained you.
test?
Not all corruption isn't bad.
No.
Oh, even the word, what we call it, from what I've heard and the things I've seen, it's a failed translation of what it means to them. On the other side of the rift. Above Del Diablo. Where
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah.
What does it mean? What's the failed translation?
It means home. It means what they are. It's the equivalent of radix. What I'm saying... The corruption that they put into you, it altered the way you are, but not in a way that changed you. If that makes any sense. It just let you do the things that you were always too afraid to believe that you were capable of. At least that's what I think. I mean, I wasn't there. I kind of wish I had been. Hopefully then they would have at least known what the fuck they were doing and maybe not done it to somebody quite as young or in a vulnerable position as you, but...
Yeah.
We do what we can with the hand that we've been dealt. You are a child of heroes that has been trying to do that for what I'm guessing is pretty much as long as you can remember.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the right spot. You're with the right people. And you can do this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't catch your name.
I didn't give it. They call me the Digital Guardian.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. It's... The titles things are weird.
Titles are cool, but they're I guess they're really more symbols. I guess people really looked up to Ranger Prime. He was a source of hope or light or whatever for some people. So
yeah,
those can be cool.
But I know that you are undoubtedly going to be going after Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
Lyra works for an individual called the Reality Hacker, who I believe
we've
you met. Yeah, she's a bitch.
She wasn't that nice, no.
No. She's not going to let Lyra out. You're not going to find her. Not until Lyra or the Reality Hacker are ready for you. What I suggest, you find the hacker, you find Lyra. To find the hacker, you go through the people that she's touched. I vaguely remember seeing a stream where somebody beat the shit out of a dragon. That was
a really weird day. I remember.
It was a very weird day. It happens a lot with you guys.
Yeah.
That said, that's kind of par for the course in here.
Yeah.
I know you haven't really used that a lot, and she sort of taps the badge.
It's kind of handy. A little bit, anyway.
Not spend a ton of time in here, other than using it as a quick get-out-of-hospital-free card.
Man, word travels fast.
It was a very popular clip on the internet for about 20 minutes.
Oh, God. My mom's going to see that.
What was that?
My mom's going to see that.
You have like 20 messages from your mom, like, what are you doing?
She works at a hospital. She's not going to be happy. I blew a window out.
No. Yeah, or, ran away from a doctor or that. Which, by the way, that eye is looking pretty bad. Do you have a plan for it?
Yeah. No, yeah. I'll probably just go back. By myself, preferably. Just kind of get that looked at, get that fixed, and I guess try to move on to the next thing to find the Lyra. On an off note, kind of going back to the corruption talk. We met a new friend. I guess she's from the moon. She doesn't look it, but I guess she's really super old.
Well, I mean, the first Henshin came from the moon, so...
She decided to read my mind.
That's rude.
It is very rude. When she claimed, someone said, back off, sisters. This is my street corner or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I misremembered because I was very anxious at the time. Ever heard of something weird like that before? So I wasn't thinking that.
How many others went into that experiment with you? Do you know?
I don't even remember what the title experiment, whatever it was. So I saw a few, just kind of in passing, but they were messed up.
I may be able to understand a little bit more if you'll let me. And she sort of raises her hand, and you see a similar glow into the way that you've actually only seen it once. It was the same glow that you saw around your own hands when you cured that kid of corruption. and then almost jagged yourself up to hell and back.
Yeah, what was it, 100?
Yeah, it was a lot.
I only had 15 HP left after that. So it's 5 layers of corruption. Okay. Sure.
She puts her hand forward and touches your head and focuses for a minute. Pulls back. I think they didn't just put... I think they put someone into that experiment.
Just keeps getting better. All right. Untrained, don't stop.
I've seen this before now. I didn't know for sure. There's all over this planet. There are people fucking around with corruption because we don't understand it well enough. I think the one who did yours is a group called Canopy. And
the Chuck flashback of like Canopy.
It had like the logo was sort of like a very large tree. And she's like, I know a handful of other kids, really. They were really young. Also had it done. And they heard voices. Things that told them things about the world that they didn't know before. Things about the code and helped them see it in a way that was different.
Hmm.
I know that you guys, your little posse, the digital wardens, your job is to protect against corruption. That's what I do too. I don't think that corruption is inherently evil. I don't think whatever they put in you is malice. The group, they were definitely unethical and super illegal, and
it would have been nice to have some painkillers. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. They didn't give you painkiller? Okay. That's a problem for another day. I don't think it's malevolent, is what I'm saying. And I don't think it's hurting you.
Wow, at least
I think
that's good.
That if you try to...
Considering it was, you know, it's what's given me my abilities. That's good.
Like I said, it unlocked them. You had it in you.
Hmm.
It just nudged the door a bit for you. Anyway, what I'm saying is, I think that this is something that could help you in your fight, at least. And once the circle is dealt with, then you can really think about if this is something that you want or not. I don't know if that surgery is something we can undo, but I'm willing to try. I've tried a lot of things. I'm pretty damn smart.
That is good to know. Well, for now, we'll see.
In the meantime, and she actually reaches into her pocket, and for those at home, the digital guardian is a human woman wearing like a sort of black, almost like a Henshin suit, but that's sort of like cat suit sort of thing. and with bright neon blue hair. She pulls out a cell phone and turns it around and points it at you, and you see footage of, or basically a like version of Twitter with a video of fans sort of pointing and shock and seeing Bark driving haphazardly through the city, and then she scrolls again, and you see footage of a familiar tentacle-armed person disappearing over a wall, and a random teenager yelling about how their mom is going to kill them for losing their third phone in a month.
Oh, I should deal with that.
Possibly.
All right. It's time to keep moving forward. Can't sit here and sulk. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. All right.
None of us do. You just fake it until you make it and do the best you can.
Yeah, so same old, I guess.
I'll see you around.
I will see you around, Digital Guardian.
And she steps backward onto the platform that you guys are standing on and just falls backwards into the portal. And vanishes.
Man, that was kind of cool. Because he summons his arms for at least a few seconds, just kind of look at him. All right, well, if you're in there somewhere, I guess let's go do this thing. See, stands up, tucks his necklace of dog tags and ring and back into his shirt, and activates his Sky Surfer and goes looking for Bark and Ollie.
I'll say that it probably makes sense you go back the way you came, and pretty much the first thing you see when you pop out of the portal, which, mind you, it's not a portal as such. Only when you saw it on the camera, there was a portal. You get to the building, and there's nothing there. And you're like, oh, shit.
Was he like on the top of the building or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Ollie's smart enough that she's pretty sure it appeared. You're not entirely sure how.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this thing is in my hand either. So I just go to the top of the building if I can.
It's like a Hogwarts station or whatever, like, let me in. Let me in.
Let me in.
Let me in. A few minutes, probably about 20, 30 minutes or so later, you step out of the portal and see the back. Oli, you hear a sound of some sort of like whooshing magic sound behind you.
I'm sitting on the edge of the building with my feet dangling off, and I'm looking up at the moon, and that's all you see. You see the back of that. And she says, "Oh, you're back."
He sits down and joins her.
Did you have a nice time?
It was all right. I just needed a little time to think, put things into perspective, I guess. You all right?
She looks up at the moon again and looks down at her phone and kind of that she has now, and it's like, I just realized I'll never see my mom again. I don't want. I'm really sorry about earlier. I'm not usually that much of a. I'm not good with emotions, and
I understand that.
It's been a while since I had a friend, and I just wanted a friend, and I went overboard, and I realize that now. And I realized that you were in a predicament, and I am sorry. And I don't know exactly how you feel, but if you ever need 2 ears to listen, I'll be there if you need it.
You were just trying to help, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
She says, I appreciate you accepting my apology. I just felt like I needed to find you to apologize. I know what the weight of the world on your shoulders feels like. And
that sounds familiar.
You will never entirely get rid of that feeling, I think, but I think your friends maybe want to hold it for you sometimes.
Yeah.
She says, she gives you a pat on the back if you let her. She just like hovers her hand.
He just kind of like turns his head, looks, and just kind of looks back forward and just a little nod.
She pats you on the back. And she looks up at the moon again, and she wipes the last bit of tears from her eyes, and she stands up. She says, well, I think there is a skeleton man who is looking for you as well. And
oh no, I forgot.
Shouting. I heard shouting down there, and I think that might be him. I just was in a moment, and I didn't want to look, so
I look down. What do I see besides a very tall fall?
I heard shouting, and I was like, "That's somebody else's problem." I love this woman so fucking much. So
if you're looking for me, I'm not in the street anymore.
You do see, it looks like the shouting that you're seeing is something of like a brawl, between 2 groups of individuals. None of which seem to be wearing colorful armor, none of which seem to be a glowing, sparkly skeleton.
And I said that you need to have cream cheese on your bagel. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have my bagel and it's gonna be plain. Oh, you want to tussle, see?
I brought you a bagel.
No one messes
I don't know
with
what it is.
nothing. No one messes with Boboso's Bagel Bros. We're the local gang. I don't know. I'm trying too hard.
What is going on?
That is 100% I live in New Jersey and I can confirm that's 100% how it goes down.
You all call them bagels.
Absolutely not. That's disgusting.
That's what he just did for like 5 iterations.
Yes, I did.
Disgusting.
Okay.
Get
so
out
quick
here.
question. Is that actually bark?
No. I was just bullshitting what was going on down there.
Okay. Because it's possible. Because
Instigating
he has
a new
lot
fight.
Of illusion magic.
Sorry, I mean, not that you
What's
know.
going on down there? That's I think that's a problem they can work out themselves.
They'll pull out plastic butter knives for their bagels.
Somebody brings a cream
Switchblade
cheese
plastic
cannon.
knife.
Like, you don't bring a cheese cream cannon to a butter knife fight.
One of them's got a butterfly knife of
I brought jelly for your jam.
Like oh my god.
Let's go see if we can find Bark.
Okay.
You want to ride?
On what?
Oh, right. Excuse me, as he summons the Sky Cycle. Sky Surfer, or whatever.
That okay.
Yes, better than the flying bike. Very
bike.
cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'll accept the ride.
Okay. I'll hop on. He'll offer a hand because he decided to summit right on the freaking edge of the building.
Of course he did.
Yeah. So that way they can then tip off.
I'll take your hand with my tentacle. No, I don't have my tentacle.
A whole new world.
Oh my god. This
No!
is fucking adorable!
Ghost Rider down the building, just.
Oh my god, it's Treasure Planet.
Yay!
Ollie's arm reactively turns into a tentacle, starts
Oh my god,
grasping
you
at
have a
Crypto's
pop too!
throat.
Oh god, no! Shit!
And then gets street level and just hovers there and goes. Probably calls up Bark on the way, just like, "Hey, buddy, where you at?"
He doesn't answer.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna leave this voicemail. So, when you get a chance, I'm okay. I'm gonna search for you a little bit. I have Ollie as well. Apparently,
Hello.
she says hello. So we're gonna search for you for a little bit, and then if we don't find you in the next. I don't have a watch. And then we're gonna go back to the professor's lab. So
You probably get a notification while you're leaving the voicemail on your phone.
Ooh, notification. Those are new.
It's a text from Bart. He said, "I'm assuming you're calling because you're fine. Don't worry about me. I'm doing research."
Well, that's worrisome.
You think if I jumped off of this, you could catch me underneath?
Please don't jump off this thing.
A whole new world with new
That, like,
falling
gag moment of
damage
panic of,
rules.
like,
Sit down back there. Put on your seatbelt.
surrounded by fucking idiots. All
I'm
of
just
these
gonna say
idiot
is-
babies are gonna die.
It's fucking
No.
rich to hear the defenestrators say don't jump.
Kat, how does it feel to have
You just called
two?
Beanie Babies? I need to know.
Kat, how does it feel to have two adventuring parties fall for you?
It's fucking great. I love it. Best. It caused me to make new fucking rules and do research into falling damage in different systems.
Anyway.
I guess with that, he'll just go straight to the professor's house, just leaving a quick text back, just like, okay, if you need anything, you'll let us know, please. Thank you. Not love. Erase that part.
No,
Comma,
say
Crypto.
love.
Hang on, I'm writing an email.
I like to think we have like the camera. I like to think the camera's like on the phone. We just see like a Lunaria paw, and then like Ollie's like, no, good love, and there's just like tentacles just like showing up on the screen.
Meanwhile, I'll zoom out, and it's just like going in and out of traffic. Like,
Do not text and drive. Ah! Like she like holds up and she's like, no, we should have taken my bike.
da-da-da-da-da. Transition.
It's gonna make me have a hernia. I don't like. It's horrible.
Daiyo and Sammi.
Yeah.
The two of you are left in the professor's office. Vox and Simon having gone off to go chat, and then Simon to rest for the evening. Up to you if Vox would have returned or not yet.
I think after getting that information, he's gonna follow up with what he told Simon. He's gonna get in contact with Nocturne to see if he can't dig up something of where they were last sighted.
Okay. I'll say that you can probably send a message to him, and at this point, all of you are pretty exhausted.
Sammi is like doting on Daiyo, who's the last one left. So she's just like, do you need something? Do you need tea? Do you need food? Do you need this, and that?
No, whoa, calm down. I'm here. I'm
Do
fine.
you need a blanket?
Are you okay, Sammi?
I'm fine. I'm just
Okay.
worried about you, and I'm worried about all my friends, and well, I just need to do something. So, what do
Hey,
you need?
Sammi, I will hug Sammi.
She'll give you a hug back.
I think it's the first person I actively hug in my life. It's okay, Sammi. I'm not going anywhere. We will find them. We will get the team back together, and we will hunt a dragon. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just everybody's tired.
Mhm.
As you said, it's been like really long 2 days. We just need a rest.
Mhm.
But I will help you make cookies if you need to tire yourself.
Cookies. That's a good idea. I'll go make some cookies. Come on, let's go make some cookies. What kind of cookies do you want? I have a snickerdoodle recipe, and one with peanut butter. I have one with chocolate chips, and I also have one that's like shaped like hearts, and also one that's like it's oatmeal cookies. I like them, but not a lot of people like them because people don't like raisins for some reason, and I don't know why people don't like raisins for some reason.
So you lost me after the second time you said cookies, but I will follow every order you gave me. So let's go to the kitchen.
Okay, let's go find
Let's
some
cook.
like 20 pounds of flour.
Yes, ma'am.
I guarantee Sammi has like 20 pounds of flour in her kitchen.
100%. Yeah, she has one of those
She's-
like chef like
yeah, she's
flours.
definitely the type that has like a bag of flour,
Oh, yeah.
like a sack.
Yes. I mean, she was like a professional chef, so. Yeah.
So, you guys make your way to Sammy's place before probably passing out amid many, many, many cookies and probably a lot of uneaten cookie dough or unbaked cookie dough.
Yes.
300 cookies later.
I feel like Sammi is like trying not to sleep. So like whenever she like dozes off, she'll like shake herself awake and like keep stirring whatever she's cooking. And like when Daiyo falls asleep, she'll probably start baking something else that's not cookies. And she'll be like, "Oh, I'll make pancakes for everybody when they wake up tomorrow morning. That's a good idea." And then she'll just go on a rampage of just using all 20 pounds of flour in her.
Okay. I'll say that Crypto and Oli make their way back to the professors. Bark, it's off in the city, unknown at the moment where he's at. Bark, you have been making your way through the city, searching for, you're not really sure what, and then you come upon somebody on the street that's being harassed by a group of like teenagers that are just sort of being jerks and just harassing somebody. It's like a young woman and a friend of hers, and they're not like attacking them, but they're definitely doing like catcalling and just being aggressive dickbags.
I pop around the corner real quick and cast Alter Self. And he'd make himself look like he's like something that no one would recognize. And he disguises himself, though he's still wearing the same outfit because Alter Self doesn't change that. A human male in his mid-20s with much shorter but still curly hair. And he pops around the corner and he says, "Leave her alone."
Whoa, fuck.
They all immediately like, the fuck are you? Get Get out of here.
What am I? Your doom if you don't scream.
Make an intimidation check.
Let me check what that is. Cool. Yep. 10.
You do have the heroic inspiration.
17.
There you go. They sort of like are looking amongst themselves. And then like you take a step forward and they scatter. Both the women just sort of like...
What all did they look like again? They're just punks, right?
Yeah.
I continue walking.
They just look like... Yeah.
I'm looking for an internet cafe.
Thanks. Okay. I will say that you do find one, that's one of those, like, really, like, posh, expensive ones where, like, you can tell the coffee is super overpriced. There's flowers and greenery plants all over the place. And it is pretty much deserted except for like the woman behind the counter and a sort of bedraggled half orc in a like sweater vest that looks like he is up he is writing furiously on a laptop. Can I get you anything, sir?
How much would it cost to go into the grid?
It's 5 gold.
Puts down a chip or whatever the currency would be.
Mm-hmm. Sir, this is a Starbucks. I'm okay. So here's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Does Bark want to go to the grid or to the virtual world?
I want to go... He wants to go where he thinks he can find information on where Echo and their group is.
Okay,
he has to go into the dark part of the...
world.
If he has to go into the dark part of the web, he will.
It's not that.
Okay.
You can't get through that in an internet cafe. The portal brightens up and you step through into... So the like cafe that you're in has like that super quiet Zen music, and then you step out of the portal and you are just assaulted by lights and color and neon signs and this just amazing pounding music as you step onto a crowded city street with neon lights everywhere.
And I can choose my avatar, right?
Yes.
My avatar is wearing a trench coat and a fedora, and the popped up trench coat and the fedora is covering up so you can't see the face. It's just like a black silhouette, maybe like white eyes in the inside, and it's black and white, and it's constantly flowing.
You accidentally walked into a fucking techno noir. I love it. Yeah, and I'll say that as Bark steps into the crowded streets of this city.
And as he lifts up his hand that has like a driver's leather glove on it, he summons up a retro-futuristic looking magnum and puts it in the trench coat. Mm-hmm.
And while Bark steps into the crowded city within the virtual world, the rest of you fall to sleep in your various different abodes. Or actually, Oli and Crypto, what would you guys be doing? You guys have gotten back. I say at this point, the professor is still awake, although he looks like he's kind of drifting off. Ruby has retired to her own apartment. And the professor tells you, Simon went to go to sleep. Vox went, I think, to Ranger Command. I think Sammi and Daiyo are baking cookies.
I just sent a message. I went back to my apartment.
Oh, okay. pretty much everybody has gone to sleep. If you guys want to head out, you're welcome to crash on the couch, Oli, and Crypto again if you want.
I can sleep on the floor.
Not to get. I'm
Obviously,
not being weird.
that's-
No,
no.
I have.
Dad, shut up.
Oh my god, I would love that.
Like,
It's
there
so
are
cute.
there are multiple
ship it.
couches. I am very tired. We are all tired. I should go to bed. When was the last time I slept?
That's a great question. When was the
I
last
don't
time you
remember.
slept? You would have stayed up all night putting those things together, looking at the chairs.
I believe it was May.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna lock up after you guys go.
Oh,
And-
okay.
I mean, you guys could stay, and I'll just lock the door.
If
Like,
you
I have
guys
an
need a
apartment
place to
upstairs.
stay, like, Sammy will absolutely 100% be like, you guys have a place, you guys can stay in my house, it's all good!
Crypto, you
'Cause
also
Ollie-
know that her door is permanently unlocked until she gets a locksmith in.
Oh
It's
no,
true.
I forgot I gotta replace all that.
That's true.
Oh,
I got all out of placing.
She
things.
she has Bark standing at the door ready.
Bork.
I will howl
Bork.
ferociously.
Why did I say Bark? Yes, Bork. I forgot my own dog's name! You look like what this has become. Barking at the door.
Professor, I've been wearing this for 10,000 years. I would like to change. Do you have anything?
He sort of like lifts up the lapels of his lab coat and he's like, I don't really think any of my stuff would suit you, but Ruby probably does. I can give her a call and she can bring some stuff by.
Oh, that would be nice because I don't have any money.
Yeah, no, we can definitely do that. I mean,
Okay.
We could use some help.
Yeah. I could give you help. I'm sorry, that was my native tongue.
She get
He's
drug
like-
inspiration for that?
Yeah. Well, it'd be gone in 2 minutes anyway.
Oh, true.
And he's like, I have. It's not much for now because I don't know what apartments are vacant at the moment, but I do have a couple of cots in the other room if you want to crash here, or you can go hang out with Sammy. I know that she's kind of always got an open house.
She probably has a lot of people over there. I mean, there's the Vinna, right? She probably couch crushes on the couch. So
I don't know when we're gonna see Vinna again. I think she might be gone for a while.
Oh,
I think she's dead.
She would literally crash on the couch.
You're not there, shush.
Like the couch would be crashed.
hey, Ollie like shuffles her feet and is like, okay, a cot would be nice. I will look over the thing for you. I will help you. I would like a job so I could get money. And also, I don't know what this is.
Money, please.
Money, please.
He's like, I could spend some time figuring out what this does.
Oh.
But it is yours, I think. It's a relic of your people, so if you want to hold on to it.
Oh, the triangle thing?
Yeah,
the pyramid thing?
The gay rock.
Okay.
The magic.
I was
Darn
trying
it,
not
leave
to
me
say the
alone. I don't want to watch Steven
I
Universe
had,
anymore.
a name for it, and then in my notes it became gay magic rock. Okay.
Just call it Garnet and live your life, okay?
The thing. I will take the thing. I have a few crystals in my bag. I have one right here. I
He's like,
don't
"You
have
don't-
any payment. You
don't
here
need
you
to
go.
pay. No, I'm offering to
Oh.
pay you for a job. You can just sleep on the cot for now because you helped my crew survive this.
Okay.
She puts down like 10 grams or 10 grand
Just
worth of
at like
gems.
points at the disappearing fur in the doorway. You helped bring that one home.
I think he brought himself home.
Well, sometimes you
Took-
need a little help.
Took myself for a walk. Again.
What would I have been wearing, like, besides my Henshin stuff? Like,
Whatever Oli would have been wearing whatever Oli would wear during her normal day. Because she was frozen, like, unexpectedly. It wasn't like she was in her pajamas, necessarily. She knew that the invasion of the witches' invasion was happening.
okay.
But she would still have, like, whatever she would normally wear underneath her Henshin suit.
Okay, so it's...
A moon dress?
Yeah, it'd be whatever would be normal for what people in the Lunar Kingdom would wear. I'm leaving this up to you. Like,
You know the Sailor Moon.
you're the
dress
first
she
one
wears
they've
as a
met that wasn't
princess?
fucking royalty.
I don't know what you're talking
Maybe-
about. I'm not royalty.
Not you.
Actually,
No, you guys didn't meet her. That was Corruption Crew. Never mind.
I'll just turn back and I have, like, it's just like a full bodysuit except for the hands, and, like, it's all black or something. I don't know. And
Sonic
like, I'll
Forces.
cut the arms.
Got it.
I'll cut the arms, the sleeves off the arms, and the legs, and that'll be my thing. And
No.
You're welcome.
So sorry, I forgot this was muted.
You're welcome.
I'll sleep on the cot and sleep for the first time in 10,000 years.
And
cry.
Where's Crypto gonna crash?
After 10,000 years, I'll sleep.
Crypto is gonna make sure, I guess, she's fine and Professor's fine, and then is gonna go to the hospital.
Oh.
Okay.
Because one, he's got to pay for a new window, and two, yeah, this needs to get looked at now.
So we leave with everyone else drifting off into exhausted sleep, restless potentially sleep, and then two others, one walking into a neon bustling city within the virtual world, and the other into the hospital. And we'll pick up there next time.
Can't believe Vinna died in this episode.
And Vinna off kicking ass.
While crying.
You guys don't know where she is.
I mean, I know where she is.
Well, yeah. You have an idea, but...
Apparently, she's at Henshin HQ.
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, she's at Henshin HQ. We'll mention that next. We'll start there next time.
You don't know where she is.
Well,
My
players
life
do.
story.
Anyway, it's like stupid early for Lluis. So do you want to do your plugs first, hon?
Sure. Check out my Twitter and my Patreon. I do tons of art.
Latest thing was a sexy mushroom goblin, I think.
Yeah, I draw my sexy mushroom goblin a lot because I really like her. And lizard folk, so lots of goblins and lizard folk mostly. So if you're into that, follow me. If not, follow me also. Why not?
The kink will change.
Yeah, I mean,
They
I will
always
convince
do.
you. You will love them.
Join us.
I mean, not everything I draw is sexy and thirsty. I also draw some monsters.
Some really
I
good
don't
mechs,
know.
too. You haven't done those in a while, but you do draw some good robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's relaxing, the mechs, but it takes so much and it's not very rewarding.
Yeah.
Twitter-wise, but yeah. It's like my mandalas.
Callie, do you want to go next?
Oh, okay, I was caught off guard. Yes.
Sorry.
I have kept Callie.
Or
Or
two.
Callie. I have a Twitter. It's called Cap Callie. I said that already, but you can commission me for art, and I do art of sad things mostly. And yeah, I have commissions open. I said that already. What is wrong with me? And on Tuesday, I run a game. It's called Unwritten, and it's about fairy tales and some characters trying to get their fairy tale happy ending. And I put Reese's character.
I'm just trying to make sure a frog doesn't murder a boy.
What?
I don't know what you're talking about. We had a great time with Robin and Ribbert.
Watch the episode to find out what the fuck I mean.
There's a little frog. There's a curse. There's 2 rat dads. There's fairies. All in the first episode. You can check that out. It's on this channel, Scotty's channel, at 8 o'clock on Tuesday. It's our second episode. So check it out. And commission me. And that's it.
What does one commission you though, Callie?
On Twitter. I already said it. Just write me a message on Twitter.
Did everybody get that? Hey, did you guys get that?
Oh, if I go to Twitter, what can I do?
You can message me.
So, after that, for most of the last of the Just in a Room gang, which I just now got to fucking Discord, guys. Jesse, what do you got going on?
Get ready for action! Get ready for adventure! Get ready for the next episode of Quest of the Quantum Rose, now up on YouTube at my channel, Back Channel 1. Our heroes have landed on the planet Fornax after a daring night blind dive through their security lasers of the planet. They weren't allowed in. And are now exploring a temple that isn't entirely there in a real sense. They also encounter a mysterious rainbow-colored cat, the prismatic stray. So tune in to find out what happens next.
I see what you did there, Simon. My good Jesse boy.
I will say, bit of lore tidbit there. This prismatic stray is a possible result of what has happened when a caster is spell checked as a counterspell.
Can I just say though?
I cannot believe it took me until Bob said it to realize what that was. Oh my god, you mad fucking genius.
Can I just say though that it's got to be awful when the cat is in heat, because if they have not been spayed or neutered, there's still a prismatic spray.
Actually, fun fact, it can split into 6 quantum state kitties.
I stand with what I said.
So yes, that will be the next episode next week. Episode 10 will be the herding cats. I'm herding cats. Episode 10 is in fact up on Castbox.fm, which I don't have a pithy little link for that, I'm afraid. But I'm back channel on Castbox if you want to go ahead and hear the cat herding episode.
I'm just imagining the album cover, Dark Side of the Moon, but instead of the rainbow rays, it's the cats.
Oh no! Well, Lluis can speak to this because he's on my player list, and he can attest as to how insane that whole business was.
Like the back half of the cat is the light, and then there's like the triangle, and then like the front half is split 6 ways on the other side.
I got you.
Bob, you want to go next?
Sure, why not? Hold on. Hey, hi, Worldwide Sentai. This is Bob Scaragio coming at you live from Scotty Hood's channel. How are you doing this evening? If you like... What?
I'm alright.
Alright, good. Perfect. Glad to hear.
You're not supposed to interrupt the bit, Aya.
No, the bit always has to be interrupted in some way because it keeps my juices flowing. Much like coffee, if you go to foundfamiliar.com. I'm not going to do that here. I've already had that talk with Scotty. But you can go to, I just threw up the link for my link tree, where you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and a slew of other places. You can listen to Zaku Talk, where I am a guest host for the next foreseeable year on a discussion of G Gundam versus Gundam Wing, where we're watching an episode a week, and we're doing compare, contrast, story beats, and the like. You can also see a game that I have aided in developing. If you go to librariannpc.itch.io/niche, also in the link on screen, you'll be able to go ahead and pick up a really neat game that is a D6 system It was inspired by a number of other well-known D6 systems, but it is of its own making. It is both tactilely and aesthetically pleasing in that your character sheet is made up of 6 different cards. It is only $4, and that is for this month only, because half of that is going to fuck cancer. So just know that whatever you do when you purchase those, you're helping someone to throttle the neck of that which is a crab. Oh, what was that? No, I'm sorry. It's to get rid of the awful disease known as cancer across a wide spectrum. So just to be clear on that. Sorry, Steve. You'll also be contributing to the community list, the community copies. That's what it is. So help other people who would love to play a new kind of game that isn't one of the 1,000 games that we already play. Is that it? Oh, also, look at all these cool people. Go to their things and then come back to me because I want to do your voice because I'm a voice actor. Go to bobscaryvoa.com and I can be your voice boy. Now,
Gotta get you in my game.
Please. Please do. I would love to be in your game.
No, I'm gonna be here in 2 weeks on Tuesday. If you're interested in what who's been on my microphone the whole time, if you're interested in what this has to do with anything on Tuesday, be here at Scotty Hood's Twitch on Tuesday at 8. And that's really it. You can follow me on Twitter at Repieces. I never remember my own.
It's under your video, I think.
Somebody will know it. Anyway, that's it for me.
You wanna go next?
Hello, everybody. My name is Iagolder, and you can find me on the Twitters, the Instagrams, and all the other places as such, because that is my name. I also do commissions, and right now I'm doing a little sale for the month, so if you want something, it's a bit cheaper, and I could really use it. Yeah, I just finished a thing for Callie, of Ollie. I'll post that later. It's very cute. And yeah, so I would very much appreciate that if you have a spare change lying around. Unwritten is the next game that I'm gonna be on because Chaos Crew, I'm not gonna be there tomorrow, so Scotty can talk about that. And then on Thursday on Fractured Moon, we're gonna be doing Saffron Academy. The last episode kind of went off the walls, and let's just ignore that episode and say that it's a mysterious episode that disappeared that you can find on YouTube later. Don't worry about it. We'll just pretend it didn't happen. And we'll move on, and next time it'll be really fun because it's the first day of school, and they might learn something.
I'm afraid because Alistair's really fucking dumb plan actually worked.
Yeah.
His plan wasn't really much of a plan. It was just talking people.
The whole episode was a fever dream, and I'm mad about it. And
talk at people and make them uncomfortable enough until they start spilling the beans. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, let's just. No, it wasn't great. So we'll move on. I do have a lot of cool plans, and I will make somebody cry next episode.
So, I'm the GM for this and Corruption Crew, although I don't think there is going to be a Corruption Crew next week, which is sad because it means we get more of this sad sack of puppies before we get to the parade, which, like, I love you guys.
Wait, you guys didn't get to the parade?
No, they just planned the parade.
They were prepping.
They were being, what is the word? Smart. I think smart's the word.
Yeah, it's really weird. Y'all, like, totally switched. Like, normally Corruption Crew are the ones where it's like there are 15 people going in different directions and they don't give two shits about each other, and they kind of mostly all stayed together in one group this time, and then this time it's Vaccine Crew that is just like, nope, everybody scatters.
They're a bad influence. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We're a good influence on them.
Yeah.
But
Suck at
follow
corruption.
me on Twitter when I'm not having a manic breakdown because it is just slightly past November 3rd. I post shitload of stuff about RPGs. And sometime in the near future, hopefully, I'll have some videos maybe up and stuff for that vampire game that we're running, which I'm in and I'm super excited about. Just a lot of fun.
Oh
shit, we're playing that tomorrow,
It's
aren't we?
very good.
Oh yeah. Okay. Did Kevin ever tell us how much XP we got?
Nope.
Of course he didn't.
We got the 1 for the session because he's still trying to figure out which what XP style he wants to do.
I have no idea how to play this game, so.
Same. Follow me on Twitter. I'm cool. Also, I feel terrible. We forgot to shout them out in the beginning because things were chaotic. But Sirenscape is baller. We've been listening to them for most of the night. I switched from... we currently have Nebula on, and I switched away from Cyberpunk Forlorn Hope because it kept switching from, like, cool jazzy music to, like, the Pink Panther theme for no reason. They're awesome. They're 22 every other month for everything, sci-fi, board games, fantasy. I love them. They're great. Go check them out. Scott, do you want to close us out?
Yes. Thank you everyone for watching. Our next game, as said before, on this channel will be Chaos Crew, which will be tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you like the show and any of the other shows, please check out the YouTube VODs that are down below if you're on Twitch. And if you're on YouTube, you can just check out all the playlists I have. And I also have a linked tree on my Twitter, which is listed down below my video, where I have all my social media links and all of my DMs Guild products, and maybe throw in $1 in on Patreon would be nice. But you know, if you don't have it, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And that's it.
Yeah. See you guys next time.
Keep being heroes.
Bye.
Bye.